Hi, sorry about that. When I was on my walk, my video cut out. So I wanted to keep going on the topic that you are not chronically ill. So how do we know that you are not chronically ill? Chronically ill is just a term. That means you have been chronically focused on your symptoms. You have been chronically focused on what's wrong. You've been chronically riveted to your body sensations. You have been chronically focusing or not, you have been chronically focused on the wrong thing. Okay, so that's what chronically ill means. So it's like when you look in a mirror. When you look in a mirror, it reflects back to you what you're looking at. So whatever your mind is continually looking at, focused on, is what it's going to reflect back. So the fact that you are chronically ill does not mean that you have something wrong with you that is incurable, because everything shifts, everything moves, everything ebbs and flows in life. The reason that this seems chronic and that this seems constant and that this seems like you can't undo it is because you're chronically focused on it. That's all that this means. So once we take our chronic focus off of it, the chronic illness slips away. Okay, I know that sounds easy and I know it sounds very simplistic, but at a simplistic level, that is what's happening. You have been focused on the thoughts, the sensations, even, the emotions, the feelings, the pain, what is wrong. You've been fighting with yourself. You've been fighting not to look at them. You've been fighting to look away. You've been trying hard to not see it, to not feel it, to heal it, to make it better. You have been attached to it so deeply that it is all that is reflecting back to you. And that's simply what it is at a basic level. So what we need to do is realize that we are not chronically ill. We are not chronically ill. What is chronic illness? It's a symptom. What is a symptom? It is a sensation. What is a sensation? Something that we feel, a negative feeling in our body. What is a negative feeling in our body? It is a thought. It is an emotion. What is behind the thought? It's the emotions. What is behind the emotions? It's all the stories, the feelings, the past experiences. What is behind those past experiences, thoughts, feelings? It's our soul. What is behind our soul? It's the watcher. What is behind, it goes on and on and on. It goes up and up and up in levels. It's just you manifesting what you're focusing on. So I know this sounds easy and it sounds simple, and it's really hard to see that you are not your illness, but you are not your illness. Your illness is just a story. Your story is just a bunch of thoughts. Your thoughts are just a bunch of sensations and emotions piled up. Your emotions have come from past stories and past histories and experiences in the past. It's come from your identity, right? Your identity is everything that, a compilation of everything that you believe about yourself to be true. So you can shift your identity at the root level, and you can shift this chronic illness. You can shift your thoughts, you can shift your emotions, you can shift the sensations, you can shift your stories, you can shift your identity, you can shift everything. And in doing so, you can shift your chronic illness. So I just wanted to finish that video, and if this is the only video that you're watching, I just wanted to state that you are not your chronic illness. Your chronic illness is not you. You are not even sick. What is sickness? What is sickness? How do you know if you're sick? It's a story. It's a feeling. It's a sensation. It's a thought. It's a deep emotion. Right? What is it at its core? And who are you? You're caught in a story. You're the movie character in a movie, but you're not really the character. You're the watcher of the character. You know, you're not really the character in the video game. You're the player, the person with the control, who's actually watching the video game. So you're not actually in it, you're watching it at a fundamental level. And if you're the observer, if all you are is the observer, then sickness is the same as health. It's all just, it can ebb and flow, and it's all just something that you don't attach to. The only reason health feels good and sickness feels bad is because you identify with everything being bad, shouldn't be happening, it's terrible, it feels bad, it hurts, it's sad, it's causing you pain, suffering, loss, victimhood, no friends, a terrible life, blah, blah, blah. It's the meaning that you attach to sickness is what makes it sickness. The meaning you attach to health is what makes it health. But when you're just the observer, health and sickness are just equal. They're just the same. They're just life. They're just one thing happening and another thing happening. No attachment, no feelings, no emotions, no thoughts about them. Just simply watching it ebb and flow. Good days and bad days. The good days you give a lot of meaning to. Oh, thank God this feels better. Why can't it always be like this, right? The bad days, oh no, it's never going to be like this. You know, I'm never going to be healed. Everything's terrible. It's the thoughts. Those are all thoughts. It's the feelings, the emotions that we attach to it, like the helplessness, the hopelessness, everything like that. It's what we attach to it. So if we can stand back and we can be as the observer, we can see we're not actually chronically ill, or we're not actually healthy. It's just sensations, feelings, thoughts, emotions, stories getting intertwined. And what we focus on grows. So I'm not saying you're never going to have sensations in your body that hurt. I'm not saying you're never going to have thoughts and emotions and feelings and stories, because that's what it means to be human. That is your humanity. However, when you realize that you're actually not your body, you're actually not your bones, you're not your sensations, you're not your feelings, you're not your thoughts, you're not your emotions, you are only the observer, then you can see, you can step back and you can realize that you are not sick. You are not chronically sick. You are not your sickness. You are just watching this movie play out of this poor girl who's in a spiral, thinking and focusing on sickness all day long, right? But this is what you are up here. And it's just where you choose to put your focus. On your good days, your focus is over here. It's the girl who's happy, who's feeling better, who's having fun, who's wrapped up in what she's doing. That's the movie the observer is watching. And these are patterns, these are ingrained, these are hard. You know, it's very hard, especially when you're in the symptoms, deep mired in them, to step back and be the observer. But if you can become the watcher, you can suddenly realize that you are not the sensations. You are just watching this play out. It's neither good nor bad. It's neither, it has no good or bad meaning, no good or bad story, no good or bad emotion or thoughts attached to it. It just is what it is, and it is and will dissolve back into nothing when we don't put attention on it. When we put our attention elsewhere, then this is what we see. So, a long-winded way, and sorry I had to do this in 2 videos, to say that you are not chronically ill. You have only simply been looking in a mirror that's reflecting back to you all that you are thinking, feeling, the emotions, the stories that aren't even you. It is not reflecting back truth. It is reflecting back what you are currently looking at, what you are currently feeling, what you are experiencing. It is not reflecting back truth. It is only reflecting back the portion with which you are identifying with. Okay, so truth is that you are healed. Truth is that you are fully healed and healthy and perfect and living in perfect health. The lie is just you are looking. The lie is basically that you're just is that the reflection is truth. That's the lie. that the reflection is truth, because the reflection isn't truth. The reflection is only mirroring your focus and your thoughts and your emotions in every story and every thought that you are having about this. Truth is that you are healed, you are whole, you can choose to shift your focus, you can choose to shift your life, you can choose to shift your identity, you can choose to shift your emotions, you can choose to shift it all. And when it all shifts together and it's all shifting and it's all becomes something different, you become something different and you reflect back that. And that is the only truth that there is. So I hope that this has been helpful. I hope that this has made some sense and that you can start to see and believe that you are not chronically ill. And that's your starting point.